there is a deep connection between suffering and happiness. On one hand, we have to learn the art of happiness. We have to practice mindfulness in order to truly be there, in order to get the nourishment and healing that is possible. On the other hand, there is the art of suffering. We have to learn the way to suffer. If we know how to suffer, we suffer much, much less than other people. And we can make good use of suffering in order to create happiness. The way we make good use of the mud in order to grow lotus flowers. What we need is to learn how to make good use of the mud. If we know how to practice mindfulness of suffering, mindfulness of suffering is to focus your attention on the suffering inside of you and around you. Many people believe that if they do so, they will be overwhelmed by the suffering inside and outside. So instead of going home and practice recognizing and embracing the suffering inside, they run away from themselves, pretending that there is no suffering, there is no loneliness inside. But with the practice of mindfulness of suffering, we have the courage to go home, recognize the suffering inside, listen to it, and embrace it tenderly. We are not afraid of doing so because if we know how to practice mindfulness of breathing, mindfulness of walking, we will have quite a bit of that energy in order to go home in strength. And with the energy of mindfulness, we don't risk to be overwhelmed by the suffering inside of us. If you have enough time to listen to the suffering inside of you, and then you come to understand the suffering inside. And when the understanding is born, compassion is born at the same time. You come to understand the suffering in him or in her. And when the energy of compassion is born in your heart, you stop suffering. So the mechanism is to make good use of the mud in order to produce beautiful lotuses. The mud is suffering, and the lotus is understanding and compassion born from the mud. That is why the practice of contemplation of suffering, mindfulness of suffering, is very beneficial.